welcome back to Behind the Breakthrough. I am Megan Ewing, and you are in for a treat today because my guest today is Megan Ewing. And just to give a brief...
I feel like we're going to confuse everyone with this.
Oh, yeah, because it'll say it against around the bottom, and they'll be like, Megan,
Yeah.
you made...
Yeah.
But I'll give a brief intro to Megan, and then I'll let her fill you in with everything that she has going on. I've been blessed to know Megan for a very long time, so I've watched the journey into entrepreneurship and the trials and tribulations that you dealt with between different jobs, different positions, different contract work. So it's been a fun experience to watch. So I'm excited for you to share it with the world. And she is a massage therapist. Not only is a massage therapist, but probably one of the most demanded in Harford County. On top of that, there's contracts coming from this side, from this side, from this side, from this side, traveling coming from just as many directions. So she has a lot going on. So I'm very happy that you took the time to squeeze the interview in while you had the time. And if I missed anything, please feel free to fill them in.
No, I mean, I'm trying not to cry because I never get to hear we're just going. You know, as an entrepreneur, you're just going. I have chills on my legs. We just always go, and so we don't really sit down and digest all the things that we're doing. So thank you for saying all that, because, so yes, it's threw me off, but that's okay. It's just we've got a lot going on. We got a lot going on, and I did not expect being an entrepreneur, just a businesswoman, being a massage therapist. Period. Like, there's a box that we are in, and I have exceeded that box, and I never envisioned that I would take this leap as all the beautiful things you said that I'm doing, that I am doing.
Yeah. So we will jump right into the questions.
Yeah.
First off, what inspired your journey to entrepreneurship?
It was a lot of different things, but one of the bottom line things is that I have been in the service industry, in the salon industry, for half of my life, literally. And so I know too much to just keep working for someone else. And then, after I had my first son, I realized I am capable of much more than I give myself credit. And I think that goes for a lot of women. I think we hide behind, the screen or somebody else until something monumental happens, and we're just like, I can do this myself.
Yeah.
I really could.
And it's a big leap. So I know you kind of simplified it more, but it was a big leap, I remember, from you kind of leaving and, just in general, not, no matter what background people have, the leap is always different for everyone. But when it happens, it's like, oh, crap. Like, was I supposed to do this?
Yes.
Like, should I go back? Should I rewind? Should I?
Yes.
So, kudos to you for making the leap and choosing to make the leap, because I know I'll share a little bit of my story at the conference, but I didn't get to choose to make the leap. I was pushed off the cliff. So, everyone, it's nice to hear everybody's journey and the way they kind of got to where they're going.
Well, and I don't think that, you give yourself enough credit either, because you were like the second one, because my grandma was the first, but you were the second one that was like, you need to go over and like start your own. Like, I will start it for you. You can pay me rent and I will do what I got to do, but you got to do it. And I was like, oh no, like, I am not ready for that. And so that stuck in my mind too, of, if you can see that and know, and other than my grandma, but if you can see that, then I gotta go.
Yeah.
So thank you for that too.
No problem. So let's talk about a significant breakthrough. So Behind the Breakthrough currently is my way of, we're all able to share our breakthrough moments, whether it's social media, whether it's our speaking points, but no one gets to hear about behind the breakthrough, the ugly stuff, the mess that we all deal with on a daily basis that no one even, it's not that, I think people get mistaken that think entrepreneurs hold back the messy stuff, and we don't hold it back. We just don't have time to talk about it.
No,
so this is a way of kind of getting it out and showing other people that we're more relatable than you think.
Yeah.
And if we're sitting here, like, you could be sitting in this chair too. It's just, it's more relatable, and I think social media, with everything, you get the highlights, you don't get the behind the scenes. So this was my way of trying to introduce that. Mm-hmm. So what is one significant breakthrough moment that you had in your journey?
I mean, there are several. There are two big ones, but the main thing I will say is, in the first year of owning my business, I had my first event, which was teaching couples how to give each other massages at home. And what it was really meant for is to help you with the positive communication of each other, and not like, every day I hear from my clients, oh, if you could teach my partner how to do this, oh my God, they only massage me for a minute and then they're tired. So this event was really fun because I was able to get massage therapists from around Harford County that I knew of. And then I also had some businesses. I had a photo booth. I had, Kevin Photo Photography there. I had, other vendors from Harford County, and it was just great. Like, all of us got together. I taught couples how to massage each other on the stairs, which everyone's like, on the stairs? How is that a thing? That's how I taught my husband. And so he really helped me come up with this event, because I was like, I could just teach them what I've been teaching you for years. So after I had that event, I had to be in a dark room because my phone was going off of, are you going to have another one? Oh my gosh, you helped us I could get so emotional about that, because I had so many clients that were like, you have no idea how much that helped my marriage. Or just, we were in a bad spot on our way there, and then we left feeling so good. It wasn't the bubbly that you had, or maybe it helped, but or the cookies that you had. But it was time together, and that's my big thing. I'm a big person of love. I love love, and if I can help you kind of take away from the stressful parts of your time, your relationship, or whatever, and just get back to each other.
Yep.
That's what that event was about. And so the positive reinforcements of, Megan, you got to do another one. Can you do one in the spring? And I was like, y'all are exhausting me, but yes, I'm going to have another one. So that was a very good, big breakthrough for that.
And I'm sure it led into different things that you don't think about, where it's like, okay, I can take my skill, and now not only did you give these couples a moment in the date night, but now they can figure out the moments that they have at home. And I know, balancing entrepreneurship, and we may just lead into this question now since we're ready for it.
Yeah.
But balancing entrepreneurship, something is always giving. So you're a mom, I'm a mom. So it's like, okay, trying to make sure, okay, are the kids getting enough time? Okay, is this getting enough time? Okay, is this getting enough time?
Right.
Somebody's left out, and usually it's the marriage or the relationship, the boyfriend, girlfriend, where it's like, thanks for being understanding. Okay.
I'm out the door. Yeah.
So how do you balance? Is there any kind of tricks, tips, of balancing not only being a daughter, being a sister, being a mother, being a wife?
Yeah. The balance it's a teeter-totter, for sure. And I'll say, just from experience, at the event that I had, we also had someone doing couples yoga and couples meditation. And so it was cool to see couples of people who I knew and I didn't get to reconnect that way, and learn how to breathe together, and know how to, say, stretch me this way. And so we still do that today of, all right, I need grounding. Can you help ground me? So we have a grounding mat, and we'll sit there and we'll meditate and kind of have that time together. But the teeter-totter of all the things, it is a little difficult. But what I started doing is screen time is a double-edged sword. Because when you're on your phone, you're like, I'm creating content, but then you go on a TikTok and you go on the things. So what I do is I hit the screen time button, and I noticed all the numbers that were wild. So I have a scheduled screen time that I hit where, and I'll be sharing this to the event too, on a little slide of what you can do. And so I have a set schedule. So every night at 9 o'clock, it goes off. I was surprised how many apps, but all my apps are silenced until 7 a.m. And that's another thing too with, how do I keep everything balanced? I am very strict about boundaries. I'm very strict about it because I got to give my family love. I am a mom, and my kids are young. And, my husband and I, we try to do a great job. So I don't talk to my clients after 8 p.m., and I don't talk to them until 9 in the morning. That is my time. I give you all the time in the world. And I love Google because when I send my emails, they may be at 2 in the morning, but you're getting it at 9 a.m. So that's how I balance. I make sure that I make time as much as I can for everyone as best as I can. But it is a lot of, I'm sorry, I hope you understand, or I'm sorry I have to cancel my plans with my friends, or just all the things, because our brains are literally like a
Always.
spinning wheel. And I didn't know that going in. Like, I've had, several bosses over time, and it was kind of just like, you would hear like, oh my gosh, they're all, they're always doing this, they're spazzy, and you're like, whoo, I am spazzy. I am wild. I have learned. So the balancing, sometimes it works really well, and then sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, and it's never perfect. Like,
No.
I hope that's what you guys are getting watching this conversation is these struggles and the roller coaster that you're feeling, like, it doesn't stop. But it's worth it. Like,
Yes,
the
yes.
high of when you're going down the hill, like,
Yes.
it's worth it. But it's constant, whether you're 1 year in, whether you're 10 years in, whether you're 20 years in, no matter what division you're in, no matter what field you're in, like, it's just, it's the fun of the ride, I guess.
It is, and what makes it even better is your clientele.
Yeah.
They make you want to learn more. They make you want to do more things because what they bring up, you're just like, oh, that is such a great idea. So it's like they are helping shape us as entrepreneurs at the same time by teaching us all the things too, or helping input.
So I'm going to move on to a breakthrough moment since you didn't bring it up. So recently, you decided to, well, sorry, not recently, because this has been kind of like a work in progress. Yeah. So massage therapy is way deeper than just the normal, hey, you go, it's a reward for yourself. I love that you stress, especially on your videos, stop treating massage therapy as a reward and treat it as something that you have to do.
Yes.
Treat it as something as simple as getting your hair done, getting your nails done, going to the dentist. Incorporate it in your life.
Yeah.
But on top of that, you moved past that into more of a even deeper healing version with your TMJ. And where I've never struggled with TMJ, so I know little bits about it. I love the unique approach of, I get massages and I love, my body being worked on, but you're inside people's mouths.
Yeah, yes.
And you're relieving a stress that they didn't think they could ever be relieved from.
Yeah.
And it's led to an opportunity that I would love for you to share, because what a magical story. Now, I'll lead with, this is going to be something that you touch on at the conference. So,
just a little bit.
Yes. Just a little teaser of kind of where this has led you and what made you decide to take your massage therapy into the TMJ therapy.
Well, it's funny that you say that, because I know the moment that you were like, this is your breakthrough. Because on my stories, like on Instagram, one day I said I wasn't going to brag about myself. And then in like a second, I was like, no, hold up. I am gonna brag about myself, because I am a powerhouse. And that's the first time I've ever called myself that. Because as women, we don't want to hype ourselves up too much, because you're like, hold up, like, relax. So in 2019, I took a TMJ dysfunction course, and everyone is born with TMJ. Everyone's like, I think I have it. You're born with it.
Wow.
Yes, so TMJ is your temporal mandibular joint. So they come in connection here to your ear, and it just opens into there. So everyone's born with it. It's in your skull. But the dysfunction is what not everyone has. And so when I work on my clients, I combine two different treatments. That's what makes it so unique, is that I did TMJ work and neuromuscular cupping work, which those two families never intertwined. So I'm so glad that I came up with it. But when I work on people, you don't understand that with massage therapy as well. There's a lot underneath of it, like you were saying. And there's the emotional part, and there's the somatic emotional release of your muscles hold a lot of whatever you're harboring. So sometimes you can massage someone, they're like, oh, when I was 10, I broke my arm. I didn't remember that. So how I started that is in 2019, I took a course in North Carolina, and then COVID happened. And so no one's working in anyone's mouth at that point.
Oh, yeah.
But so I work in the mouth, and I go in 3 times on each side, and each time I go in, you feel different. And it's only like a couple seconds of me just working on the tiny muscles that are connecting your jaw, but it's so monumental. It just makes, like, when I had a partner, when I was learning it, my partner was older, so I couldn't say this to her, but when you have TMJ dysfunction, your jaw goes in a J shape.
Huh.
And so when I'm looking at my clients, talking to them, I'm not looking at anything other than your jaw. I'm looking in your eyes, but I'm not looking in your eyes. So when you work on someone, it kind of makes them look like they had a stroke a little bit because you've released all of that. And so I've had about 90% of the clients cry. And that's normal. It is so normal. But so I went and got braces. My husband and I decided to get braces. And when we got braces, they told me that I had my own. And I was so excited. I was like, what? I am like my clients. And so we were talking about it a little bit. And they were like, I want to know so much about what you do. And then I got in contact with Amanda Gallagher herself. And now we have a pop-up coming up in a couple weeks. So it's exciting. It's very exciting for sure.
So she name dropped Amanda Gallagher. What she left out was that Amanda Gallagher is probably one of like the top, I want to say orthodontists. Yeah. I think it's just orthodontists that she does.
Yes, orthodontist. Yeah.
In the area. Before, when she announced this partnership, I had already known the name. I'd seen the signs. Very clean. Very like it just the branding from Amanda Gallagher herself is like very professional but welcoming.
Yes.
So it was like, oh, this seems like such a perfect fit. So I'm excited to see, one, how the pop-up goes, and two, how the continued partnership goes, because I'm sure this is really just the beginning for all of that.
Oh, well, and the crazy thing is a little side note, when we were at a basketball game, for your oldest, her sign was in there. And I said to my husband, I was like, look, she's here. But yeah, so she has 4 locations in the Maryland region. So I was like, oh my God, like this is crazy. I never expected this when I left. Like I wanted to be a part of the wedding industry and teach brides about massages that way. And that was how I started. And education is just, I'm good at it. You know, massage therapy is such a passion of mine that you're right. Like I tell people all the time, it is not a luxury, friends. It is a necessity. It's not something that we should be getting just because it's our birthday or anniversary. It is, your body needs it. How many times do we go to the gym?
Yeah.
How many times do we do all these things? I educate all the time. If you go to a chiropractor and you see them 2-3 times a week, well, you should be getting massages at the same time because chiropractors, they manipulate your framework. We manipulate your muscles and your tendons and your ligaments. And so when you get adjusted, as soon as you get up off the table, my muscles are going to be like, hey, friend, that was cool. We're going to put you right back. So the more you get massages, the longer it takes your muscles to go back into that stressful fight or flight.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I never knew. I mean, I figured there was a relation between the two, but I never thought about like your muscles basically saying like, no, you're wrong. This is bad. Let me fix it.
Yeah. I mean, and that's what they're meant to do. They're meant to coat, and they're meant to like not let you feel the pain until it's too much or it's too late.
Okay. So now the next partnership I see, we're going to find a chiropractor.
Maybe. I need more me's at that point.
So speaking of future partnerships, I know last season for you seemed more of like the organize, set your boundaries, get everything lined up. And then this season seems like the takeoff season, like the go nonstop.
Yes.
So my question, and of course I'll add some to it, what are some future goals that, one, you have personally for yourself and also for Namaste My Day? What are some future goals for the business too? And please share about all of your business traveling that is coming up, because I think people don't realize the opportunities that come from business and the traveling with other businesses that I've had, being able to travel and see different places and, you know, the write-offs that come with it, the networking that comes with it, the opportunities that come with it. And I know you have a lot coming up. So future goals for you, future goals for Namaste, and then some exciting travel news you have coming up.
Okay, so I'm going to try and answer those all together. So goals just for me is I need a team. So when I started this, I wanted to make sure that I could do everything by myself,
Yeah.
which is silly. But I wanted to do this all by myself to where I could handle it because I knew that I could. And now that I'm getting so busy, I'm getting to a point where I need teams. So my 24 goal is to have an assistant and have someone maybe do my social media and just do that stuff because I want to do what I want to do, and that's working on the body. That's what I want. That's what I need. That drives me. For Namaste, oh, honey, I want to make her such a powerhouse. I want Namaste everywhere. I just want people to see Namaste My Day and know, is she working with the weddings? Is she doing more weddings? Or is she doing more TMJ work? I want to have my own facility, but right now, with everything that's coming up with travel, I've been working in a room or in a salon more than half of my life. And so this transition of this year that all of a sudden things started happening in a weird way that I didn't expect, I want to make sure that we keep it going. I want to keep traveling because what a lot of people don't know is when people say, I want an inexpensive massage, I love that word. We are not inexpensive learners. Every 2 years, we have to pay to take courses to reinstate our license. So when you say that, you get inexpensive experience. And that's across the board with anything, any profession. Anytime you throw that discount word on there, you got to be careful. I charge for my time, for my experience, and for my fun. My sessions are kind of fun. But you have to understand that we have to take these courses. And so with traveling, I make sure I take classes only out of state. I only go out of state because I've been stuck in a box. So I don't want to stay in Maryland. I want to go to North Carolina or New York or wherever. So that's what we do. That's what we should be doing. We should be growing outside of where we are. And so right now, my future goals right now, or my future plans with Namaste of all my traveling is, in a couple days, I am leaving and going to New York and traveling with Towson University's women's track and field team to
Nice.
the Nike Armory for their regional championships. And so that's interesting. I never thought that I would go that far. So I'm going there, and then I'm going back to New York to take a sports training stretching course. And then I'll be going to North Carolina with Towson again to do more work on them in track and field as well. So the next 6 months are wild, friends, and I don't know why I'm trying to get everything done before, I do, before June because I'm going on vacation. But I'm trying to get everything done so that way for the rest of the year I can kind of relax a little bit and enjoy my family. Kind of
Awesome.
thing. Yeah.
So, if you haven't inspired everybody already, how do you hope that your story, and I know you have more to your story to tell at the conference, but how do you hope that your story will inspire others?
I hope that with hearing a little bit today and hearing at the event on the 16th, I hope that you understand that you don't want to find your dream job working for someone. I will say this now, but I'm going to say it at the event. I remember when I found my dream salon, and I told a hairstylist, this is it. This is my dream location. And she laughed in my face, and I was like, that's rude. But she laughed so hard, and she was like, that should never be your goal. And I was like, okay. Like, maybe someone didn't wake up on the right side of the bed. That's kind of rude. But I love her to this day, and she is so correct. She's so right. Owning your own is so, no one can take that from you. No one can take that from you. Your experiences that you have, the people that you motivate, the people that you talk to, the people that you meet. I just want everyone to know that you can do it. You really can. I left my dream location at after having my son 6 months after he was born. I left, and I was like, I just looked at my husband and I said, "This is gonna happen." And he said, "Whew, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna be there for you, but hopefully we can make it work." And I mean, we're coming into year 3, and I haven't even looked back. Like, that's so, like, oh, I'm getting shaky. I haven't looked back, and I've grown so much since June 11th of 21.
So, first off, we made it through the whole interview without crying.
Yeah.
So,
Thank God, because I'm like sweaty, I'm shaky.
because I'm waiting for her to tear up, and then I'm going to tear up, and then we're both going to tear up, and then it's going to be a mess. So,
I'm an emotional mess, too.
we
So
made it.
thank God.
So this is, first off, thank you for coming.
Oh,
So
thank you for
Megan
having me.
Ewing of Namaste My Day, that is just the brief overview of what she does. As you can see, you know, she has her location in Bel Air, but colleges are having her travel, other companies are having you travel, and on top of that, like, she could be done at where she's at and still be successful. And instead, you decide to keep learning and keep growing and keep learning and keep growing and keep learning and keep growing, just to bring more benefit to your clients, current clients, and future clients. So here's your chance. Drop, how can they find you? How can they reach you? I know some people are on here like, my shoulders are tight, my back. So how can they find you? How can they book you?
So I might have broken it. I might have gotten a little emotional.
Sorry.
That's okay. So how you can reach me is I'm on Instagram, Namaste My Day. Facebook, same thing. Email, same thing, Namaste My Day, LLC@gmail.com. My website is a tricky one. It's www.namastemyday.info. And on there, I basically talk about the overview of everything that I have in services and my weddings that I do. So that's how you can reach me. And then you can always DM me or, message me somehow, but I've got those boundaries.
So if you have not gotten your tickets for the conference is Think Big, Act Bold Women's Entrepreneur Conference.
Yes.
March 16th, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Join us to hear the rest of your story. More inspiration is coming, because I know I had to make sure I limited you a little bit.
I know my jaw's shaking now.
I was Instagram like, okay, your minute's up. Your 2 minutes. So make sure to get your tickets. Join us then. We can't wait to see you there. Megan will be blessing the stage along with multiple other speakers.
Oh, it's going to be good.
So come out, and we will see you then.
Bye, guys. See you soon.